from Los Angeles. This is Montserrat Radio. Montserrat Radio.
In the spirit of the war against fake news, Montserrat Radio presents The Fake News Show, conspiracy news and a different point of view of current events. And now your host, Benny Wilson.
Hello, and welcome to the Fake News Show. This is your host, Benny. Today, I broadcasting early is 3 6:34 p.m. Pacific time. And I say early because it's supposed to broadcast at 4. And the reason is very simple. I'm sick. I'm having this terrible pain, but I'll be alright. So, I want to just get over this show because I know most of the things are going to happen. And once again, unfortunately, I was right. I told you yesterday, watch for the Asian banks. I told you yesterday, if we are talking about a financial reset, there will be a lot of people going to prison. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that they are about to lose control? Now you see, in my personal account, I got a leader that I appreciate very much because, I like to make my point. Not because he's a retarded person, but because people need to understand what is the brainwash behind it. And I'm talking about the Republican representative who got shot. And all I gotta do is, it's so easy for me because all I gotta do is just sit down, relax, and just wait for the news to come out. And obviously, you're not gonna hear this in the media because they don't like it. But eventually, they will have to admit it. They will have to say it like it is. And it just happened that I believe his name is Scalise, the representative that got shot in Virginia. Well, the liberal who actually shot him, he had a purpose behind why he shot him. You see, the Republican who got shot, he was investigating the corrupt Democratic crime that they do. And basically, it's been going on for a long time. It is the pedophilia in child trafficking. Yes. I'm going to post that video on my Facebook page. And you will see there, for those who are in my Facebook page, you will see that why this guy got shot, because they don't want people to know about it. You see that? And when I said, everything has been prophesized, people hate it. They do, especially elitards, just like the guy that I just mentioned before, that I schooled him. Because he said, this idiot, that's what he said, mentioning the Republican, he voted against the Obamacare. And because of him, millions of people are going to die. And children are going to die. So I responded to the leader and said, really? So answer me this, moron. What happened with millions and millions of children and citizens that did not have any covering at all 50 years ago, before your gay president came out with the Obamacare? Are you saying we have millions and millions of children who die because of that? No, isn't it? You see, because leatards, when you approach a leatard, they cannot reasonably thinking. They can't. They adopt some other idiot agenda and propaganda because they are not able to think on their own. And then he mentioned about the kids, and I said, what do you get this kid about? Oh, I got it. You got it from Jimmy Kimmel, didn't you? Remember Jimmy Kimmel? When he has his poor child being born with this condition? And he had the bright idea to blame Donald Trump because, according to him, many children are not being covered because of him. Do you see, can you just see the evilness on these liberals? And instead of thanking the whole people because they actually appreciate that they pray for him and all that stuff. And all of a sudden, boom. But you know what? The president, because of the president, millions of kids will die. That is coming from a multi-millionaire. And just people just adopt that idea. Oh, Trump is a killer. He's a child killer. See, that is exactly why litars are the laughstock of the whole world. They just can't reason. They don't have no logic. And I want to make sure that everybody understand that. Today is a wonderful day. It's a fantastic day. We have fantastic news. Fantastic news. So let me go through the news first, and then I'll continue with the litars. Alrighty. Okay. So today we have news. Oh, before I go on, I know the president doesn't listen to my show. I'm just a humble servant. But I want to wish the president of the United States a happy, happy birthday. And I want to wish for every single logic, sane people in the United States, in behalf of all of them, a very beautiful, happy birthday. God bless him, really. So, today our president is 71 years old. And today we have news. And the first news is because of this show. What this show is about? Inflation is coming out. Why is coming out? Because the federal bank, the Federal Reserve Bank, they raised the interest rate. And what's going to happen? Well, I got to remind you what I've been telling you so you understand. And for those who are just listening, better catch up because it's going to be so fast. I've been telling you, it's going to be so fast. You're not going to even notice when it hits you, okay? Trust me. So we got the Federal Reserve raising the interest rate. That is going to hit everyone pocket because the bubble is about to burst. And most of the big majority of experts in the Wall Street, they're all preparing for this. And I'm going to tell you something else. When bankers destroy something, they always benefit from that destroying, for that destruction. I'm going to repeat that again so you understand. Whenever bankers destroy something, it doesn't matter what it is, they always profit from the same destruction they did. And this time, it's going to be the same thing. So the bubble will burst. And what we're going to see is a sky-high inflation all over the United States. Now, let me remind you what I told my people, and I'm talking about my billionaires, the people on Facebook, that I warned them what is supposed to be happening now. Because back then, I was told it's going to happen now, Ben. Well, it didn't happen then. 2 months ago, I told everybody, I think I mentioned it on my shows, if you got any money, save it. Save food, save water, save anything that can at least cover you for 2 weeks. Okay? Why? Because it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. I'm going to rectify what I just told you yesterday. This is going to be a chaos and panic, and we have to go through a storm before we see our blessing. Didn't I tell you that? And it's happening right in front of us. And if you still have any doubt that I am wrong, that what I'm telling you is wrong, if you still have any doubt, just wait for tomorrow. And I'm not going to mention what's going to happen tomorrow. Just wait. Okay? You see, whenever I'm right, I always say the word bingo. And I'm going to say bingo just before tomorrow. Bingo. Because I know already what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay? So, that's the reason why I receive 755 Twitter messages today. The people in Twitter are demanding me to tell them and let them know at least an hour when I'm going on air. I was shocked. They're following me on Twitter. 750 people. I just mentioned yesterday that my show was number 1 between the hours of 1 to 4 on Spreaker. And I've been telling everybody that I receive so much and so many emails, I can't handle them. My server just sent me a message telling me that I have to clean my inbox or I will lose everything. So this is not for me, but I'm just letting you know why people are waking up now. And you need to take this investment seriously. I've been telling you, you need to take this investment seriously. What is your investment? Currencies. And when I tell you about currencies, it's not only the dinar, the dong, the rupiah, and other currencies. It's also about the Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Because what am I going to tell you? If you're not listening, you're going to miss the train. Right now, all the experts are saying that the Ripple will go sky high. Not too long ago, I got many of my jets or billionaires coming to me and said, Benny, what are you going to do with the Ripple? Everybody's saying that Ripple is not going anywhere. What are you going to do? Are you going to take them out? What did I say? I'm not touching and I'm not moving my Ripple. Why? Because Ripple is the currency for the bankers. And I just told you that whatever they do and destroy, they will benefit from it. Guess what's going to happen with Ripple? Now we're hearing from experts that Ripple will sky high. Chaos. Guess what? So you need to buy Ripple. Right? Now we're going to be seeing more movements from cryptocurrencies. You see, months ago I told you about cryptocurrency, that they are part of the currency or the financial reset. Because whenever you see something that is not being governed and touched by the Federal Reserve, they're either going to do something to stop us to get that currency or make it a crime. And that's exactly what they're doing. Today we have news from Coinbase that they are basically blocking some users for some states because basically they don't allow those people to actually get Coinbase and Bitcoin and other currencies that Coinbase handle. So they're stopping them. They are closing their accounts. They're not closing the Bitcoin like this idiot said on video. They are closing accounts. The Bitcoin is a currency. It is not governed by any government. So what they're going to do is this. Just pay attention what they're going to do, okay? They're either going to try to stop us to get the Bitcoin and other currencies Because they cannot stop the currencies themselves, you see. But they can stop us. They can put all types of obstacles. They can even come out with news and even laws without us even notice. Let me just tell you what I'm talking about. Remember those times when President Bush came out with a law that actually violated our civil rights? I'm talking about the Patriot Law. Do you remember how they slick inside and they actually, and before we know it, it was already a law without even asking us? That's exactly what they're going to do with cryptocurrencies. They're going to approve a law without us knowing it and make it a crime. And when that happens, guess what's going to happen? There's going to be a lot of chaos on the street and a lot of people are going to protest. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. Okay? Because the criminal banks, they just don't know how to handle this. They know they cannot handle it. They know they lost control. They're losing control. And they will try whatever they can to avoid us to have this wealth. Because it's wealth, my friends. It is wealth that we deserve to have. Because for decades, for all the life, they've been holding that wealth from humanity. You see, if you put all the pieces together once again, you understand what's going on. And when God said through His prophet that He will release all the funds and all the resources from the dinar, so people can be fed, can be clothed, it is because God is going to change the financial system as we know it. And it's coming very soon. And I still have idiots coming to me asking me these questions. Why do you say this, Ben? Why do you say this? And I call them idiots because they are litards. When I go and I talk to them, try to reason with them. If they don't understand exactly what's going on. We do understand it because you listen to me and you're listening to other gurus that makes a lot of sense. One of them is John Nigel. Okay? And we all talking about the same thing. So, these are the things that are happening right in front of us. We need to pay attention because it's going to be so fast, just like I said. So the interest rate will go high and our expenses will go high too. It will be more difficult for people to buy things, including property. So, let me remind you something, and for those who are following me, that before me, they follow Tony, TNT Tony, and I mentioned TNT Tony. Remember I mentioned TNT Tony yesterday? What did Tony said when we were about to exchange? Because he knew what was going to happen. He said it many times. Don't worry about it. We're going to be fine. But for the rest of the people, they're not going to be fine. So he said that years ago. Because he knew exactly the ending of this. And we are seeing the ending of all this. And now what I've been telling you, and I told you yesterday, and I've been telling you for a long time, that I have to reassure that you understand what I'm talking about when I told you. Don't be surprised that Iraq said they have no intentions to revalue. Didn't I say that? And now what we have gurus telling you, all right, I don't think they want to revalue. You see what I'm talking about? Now they saying the same thing that I say. Now, some even say, look, they're not going to revalue this month. and I really doubt they're not going to revalue next month, which is July. They can actually bring up in all this type of excuses, and we're not going to see a revaluation. Now, let me tell you, from the very, about a month or 2 months ago, when I said, listen, if I don't see a revaluation in April, we may wait years to come. Didn't I say that? I said that. I said, everybody, I said, look, if we don't see a revaluation in April, we may have to wait years to come. I did say that. Okay, why? Because way before April, I knew they did not want to revalue. I knew it. My sources told me. But they're going to have to revalue. When they're going to revalue? July. July they're going to revalue. Why? Because the elite wants to get paid. Simple as that. So far, the plans are not changing. They're going to revalue in July, and the public exchange will happen in July. Okay? Just understand that fact. Don't panic, because there will be more bad news coming out. Okay? There will be more bad news coming up. So when those bad news come, don't be surprised. You can bring it up. I love it when my jets or my billionaires, they bring me all this news, because, it confirms what I've been telling you. Now we have also the news that the Chinese bank, the European banks are adopting the yen for the first time. They do. It's on the news. So why are they doing that? They're getting rid of the dollar. Okay, because it's part of the financial reset. Now I have another news. Wait a minute. I having messages that there's no sound. Can you hear me? Because right here everything is fine. Can you guys hear me? Can you please test it? Test me right now. Oh my God. I got over 55,000 people listening to me right now. Are you telling me that my server went down? Somebody please test me. Okay, now. Thank you. All right. Yeah, but I got over 55,000 people listening to me right now. Thank you for listening. All right, so let's go back to the news, okay? Because I don't want to confuse you. Let me go back to the news. What we have in the news. Okay, let me just look for it. Okay, here it is. I've been telling you, let's listen to the banks. Let's listen to the announcements of the banks, okay? All right, so what is on the news? The CBI, which is the Central Bank of Iraq, that's what it's called, CBI, has announced 7 basic criteria for Iraqi banks to sell the US dollar. Now, for those, before everybody just go panic, why are they trying to sell the dollar? They're trying to sell the dollar because they're going to get rid of the dollar. Why are they going to get rid of the dollar? Because they're about to raise their value. That's it. So those 7 criteria are going to help all the other banks to actually do what they need to do. Because right now, Iraq has an overflow of dollars inside the country, because they've been using the dollar for internal and outside business and trade. Okay? Because they have a worthless currency right now. So right now the banks are getting prepared to get rid of the dollar. Simple as that. I'm gonna post this news also in my Facebook page. So you see, they're doing everything we want them to do, but They're going to come out with some bullcrap to stop it. We know that. My sources are telling me that. So they're going to come out with some joke, some stupid excuse, because that's exactly what they do best. They do best at that. They like to disappoint people. That is the reason why Kurdistan wants to be independent, because they always promise a lot of stuff, they never deliver. Kurdistan is about to be independent because they all ended the gas and law. People are not getting paid. They're treating like crap. So they had it. They said, just go, I don't care if you don't like it. We're going solo, and that's it. You see? So everything I've been telling you is coming through, right? I told you they're a very corrupt government. So, let's see what the other news I got. Okay. Oh, the other news is. Oh, all right. Let me get this thing very clear about who's going to prison and who's not. Okay. I cannot mention who's going to prison, but I can tell you something. A lot of people will go to prison because they need to clean the house. All right? And that includes politicians, that includes people we don't know, and bankers. Bingo. Okay? So we're going to be seeing more news coming up. And I would like my jets or my billionaires to send me those news so I can refer them. Because this is going too fast for me. For me, it's too fast. Alright? So, what else do we have in the news? The Dow Jones skyrocket because of the announcements. It's 21,374 and basically went up 22%. And that actually made a lot of difference. So, it is 21,000 and still no RB. Let's count 4 days, just for the fun of it. 4 days, okay? Today is the first day. So today is June 14. Is Wednesday. So let's wait for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Let's wait for the 17th on Saturday. And by the way, let me just tell you something. 17 Saturday. You know what I just came to notice now? It's Sunday. Sunday is the 18th. The 18th, it is a cabal number. Okay? It is a cabal number. And actually 18 means termination. That's what the 18 means in their cabal signal or symbol. So let's see what's going to happen on Sunday. Okay? Just to let you know. Okay, so we got more news here. I think we have more. Oh my God. No, I can talk about this. Nope. Sorry. Somebody sending me messages and they want me to talk about some things that I've been told not to talk about. Sorry. You know, some of you guys, you guys know what you got. You guys know a lot of stuff. And I pretty appreciate that, and I really admire you for knowing a lot of stuff. Especially one guy, since yesterday, he's been sending me a lot of stuff that I cannot talk about. So I will not mention your name. I just gotta tell you straight out, I can't talk about it. Simple. You know? We are only being focused to talk about the revaluation of the dinar. And, you know, once in a while I can talk about something like this, but I cannot talk about it right now because I've been told don't touch that topic. So I'm not gonna talk it. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna do anything. Now I also receive a lot of emails because everybody says, You talk about the SIM. What about the SIM? So everybody say, oh, Benny said the SIM is not going to revalue. Now he's talking about the SIM that you don't want to talk about it. Listen, I want to make it very clear. When I mentioned the SIM yesterday, you can actually go back to my show yesterday. I did not say that the SIM was going to revalue. All I said is wait, because it is not going to be, it's going to be shock for everybody. It is not about the currency. It's not about the Zimbabwe dollar. No, it's not about that. It is about something else in that country that will bring a lot of wealth. But it's not the same. Okay? That's everything I got to tell you. You figure out, you'll see later on the news. Okay? There you go. Now I have this guy that I respect a lot, because this guy is preparing. I just mentioned before that a lot of experts are preparing to profit from this event that's going to happen. And actually, this event probably will happen in the next 2 weeks, which is the bubble's going to burst, which is the inflation is going to go sky high. Okay? Because in the middle of chaos, in the middle of the bad things happening, the revaluation will happen. He said it in the prophecy. Okay, so we are very close, right? So we got 2 more weeks to go for this month to end, but there will be more drama coming out. Simple. And I can't wait to let you know what's going to happen. So I just let you know. I'm just waiting, and then I'll mention it. Okay? I don't want to disturb this process. So let me just, I don't think this is the right video I wanted to show you guys. So I'm not going to play it. I was going to play it for you guys to see, because this guy, every time I listen to this guy, he nailed it. He's always nailed it. You know, he said exactly what's going to happen. But I don't think this is the part where the video, where he actually going to talk about the rates of the interest. So I'm not going to play it for just this time, because I was not ready for this. I'll probably play it tomorrow, so everybody understand exactly what he said. If you have gold, if you have silver, hang into the gold. Do not sell it. Okay? If you have gold, if you have silver, don't sell your gold and silver. Hold it. If you have accounts in banks towards the gold, this is the right time for you to put money right now, because you will see big increases, big interest coming to your dollar. Okay? If you have Ripple, if you don't have Ripple, right now is the right time to buy it. If you don't have Digibyte, right now is the right time to buy it. Don't look for benefit or big gains in the short term, but I can guarantee you it will happen in the long term, and it's gonna bring a lot of money to a lot of people. Okay? If you have Bitcoin, don't worry, it will go sky high too. If you have Dash, hold to it. If you can buy more Dash, go ahead, do it. If you do not have Litecoin, and this is one currency that has been so lazy, very little increases, okay, very little sky. It's basically the last one of everybody. But I can tell you one thing: in July, the latest on August, Litecoin is gonna surprise everybody. Okay, just to let you know that. All right, so that's about it. That's all the information I got from you guys. I will see you tomorrow for more news. Hopefully for beautiful, fantastic news. For now, thank you so much, everybody, for your emails. Thank you so much for your messages. And once again, thank you for helping this show to be the number one show between the hours of 1 to 4 p.m. in Spreaker. Thank you so much, and God bless everybody. See you then. Bye-bye now.
Thank you for listening to The Fake News Show with Benny. See you next time for more conspiracy news, current events, and intel from the most controversial show from Montserrat Radio.